Wanadhani asibongo lala.
Tumejamu sijifanye uja notice.
Wanadhani asibongo lala.
Tumejamu sijifanye uja notice.
Mwambie punde imechoka sana.
Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready.
We are between a rock and a hard place. For us to clear our bills, we should be taxing you more.
Good morning, Kenyans. Kuna interview nilisikizaga last year ikianza, even before Genz, of a guy called Jim Wanjigi. You can go and watch it in Spice FM, where he said that things might be very tough in this nation, that the future of this country looks so dark pale mbele, and people dismissed that guy kabisa. So yesterday, when I was watching TV, I saw the CS Finance CS Bandy, saying that Kenyans are yet to experience the worst, that is the word he used, the worst physical period. At Kenyans, they will experience the worst financial crisis in coming days. Mimi nashinda, what is going on yenye hii hatuambiwi na Ruto? Because Ruto anakuja kutuambia the economy is stable. That the guy has put in finance, Bandy, anasema Kenya will experience the worst fiscal period. And right now, Kenyans are going through tough times. If you're not going through the tough times, thank God. That's why unaona mpaka a senior person dying in this country, it's like a celebration. Unaona mpaka an MP analuzu mtoto wake. Instead of Kenyans going there to grieve with that MP, it's like a celebration. Yani tumebakisha kidogo hivi, mwanasiasa atakuwa anakufa, watu wanaenda kwa street na drums wakishangilia. Because Kenyans are having pain. I'm telling you, 21 million Kenyans ati hawanaga chakula saa hizi as we talk. And people think it's just okay. And Ruto hapa ni kukusanya all political kingpins of regions wakwe kwa government so that there'll be no one to talk on behalf of Kenyans. I'm telling you hata mjaona, Ruto will kusanya all the political kingpins of regions into his government. All of them. The one you think has influence, anaingia serikali ya Ruto. Because pale mbele kuna kitu inakuja. Things will be tough for Kenyans. Na Ruto hataki any alternative voice iko inaongea pale uko nje na watu. I don't know what is happening in this country, but it's high time as a country we have a honest conversation. The president should stop kukua delusional at your economy is doing good. Where? When his CS comes and tell Kenyans we are not experiencing the worst, we are yet to experience the worst. He's preparing Kenyans for the worst. And you have a president mwenye anapanga tu mikutano for one week campaign, 1 week campaign, akiambia Kenyans it's okay. Ukipeaga Kenya 500, 1,000 shilling. I don't know what is going on in this country. But let us wait to see what Buddy meant by this. Let us wait and see. Kuna kilio. I'm not pessimistic, but I'm wondering what is this that Bandy want to say that we have not experienced by now. Auctioneers wana auction watu na bado unaambiwa the worst is coming. What is this the worst? Okay.
Fellow countrymen, our debt level has reached a point it was almost slipping to unsustainability. We have reached a point, and let me just explain this to you, that we are struggling to pay our debts. And it is a catch-22 situation. We are between a rock and a hard place. For us to clear our bills, we should be taxing you more. But we can't tax you more. So what do? We have to struggle to pay these debts. Attempt to tax Kenyans more, backfire. An attempt to tax people more even kills the economy. But you also have loans that you must pay. So let me explain these loans. We owe 11 trillion. Hiyo ndiyo deni tuko nayo. Trilioni 11. 11.02 trillion.
Inakuja. So if you're feeling pain today, bado. Sio ni uoga sasa.
No, I'm not trying to be a doom's
prophet.
But tell me, this is the reality.
Yes, it is.
So, you know, they say to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So understand that that is coming. And normally the pain is so vigorous that there's no regime that survives. And it's coming in the next few months. There's no regime that survives that. So if you think we're complaining about a tax bill, we complain about it, but the pain is still there, isn't it? Yes. Finance bill. See, Genz killed 2024. So they went to 2023. Now the court has removed as unconstitutional to 2023. So now you have to go back to 2022 of Uhuru's.
8%.
8% VAT on petroleum products. That means you're reducing his revenue, correct? And remember, almost 80 now, inaenda kwa
debt.
Kwa debt. So when you are reducing his revenue, what do you think is going to happen?
99 itaenda kwa debt.
Why do you think there was a chaos in Bangladesh? Why do you think in Pakistan, Sri Lanka? No, nothing else.
We are heading there.
There's nothing else, by the way. Because what this crisis brings, but going, he's going. I also believe he will go before the next general election. I don't know why people are talking about him. No, he will not. I do not see 2027. I do not. In the next few months, he will not even have a budget. All right. Me, I want to see how he's going to operate. Yes. Let him now come with a new budget. Let us see. And try even a new finance bill. Because he's going to come to a stage. You know how you see governments close? In the US, Congress has not approved the budget, so government is going to close the next day. You're in Akuja. All right? It's coming. And it's going to be a very interesting thing that you're going to see. And I want to see how he survives that. Because he definitely cannot lead. Right? This is a man who's going. When you're killing kids, you are gone. There's nothing here.
Like yesterday.
How do you manage a crisis with killing kids? He's done. You actually think he's going to last to 2027? No, these are extraordinary times. Extraordinary moments. Embrace this time in our history. It's a fantastic period. You're going to see a change you cannot believe. And we're wiping off what should have been wiped off when these guys got to power in 2013. They refused.
What percentage of our debts is comprised of the odious debt?
70%.
Hey.
Jimmy.
Yes.
7 trillion shillings.
70%, yes. Let me update you. When we started screaming about debt,
it was 9.
It was at 8.4. July 2022. Today, January, it is at 11 trillion. Even after paying 1.9 trillion, we had done the accounts of the country. So you take our revenue. How much revenue had we collected, tax revenue actuals, over the last 10 years? It was 30.3 trillion. What was our expenditure? Our expenditure, we categorized this way over the last 10 years. This is up to June 2023. We categorized this way. Development was 6 trillion. What was the county expenditure? Over 10 years. What were the salaries over 10 years? What were the operations? What were the pensions over 10 years? We removed debt payments. And that came to 40.6 trillion. So our deficit was about 1.2, 1.3 trillion over 10 years. Do you know how much we borrowed? 7.7 trillion. 6.5 trillion above what was required, which is like 60 years worth of debt in advance that we pay today. It was not needed. That is the odious debt. So the president in his interview talked about over 70% of his revenue is going to debt. So what you're admitting, in fact, our figure now is about 78%. What you are saying is that this revenue is not forthcoming and that we are going to face the crisis we have been predicting over 1 year now, which is the crisis of default. Ghana had defaulted at 70% and it had very similar circumstances to ours. Very similar. And we have the head of state admitting that that is where we are today. Over 70%. Sri Lanka collapsed towards 90%. Lebanon, 80%. Argentina, 80%. Zambia, 80%. We can keep going on.
80% of what?
80% of revenue going to debt. So we are at a situation where it is inevitable that our predictions of debt default are coming. It is
what
not.
would happen if we refuse to pay the odious debt?
What immediately happens is the following. Is that you say we can afford to pay what is not odious. That one, put it aside, we are going to pay it. But we need to audit it. Because as I also have said from before, we are clearly, in my view, have overpaid this debt. So we need to have checks and balances on this, our figures. So we need to say what is legitimate, pass through our parliament, is in our budget, we shall pay. What is odious, we put aside and investigate its payments and declare it odious. Now, what will happen is that you have a crisis, but for a much shorter period. With a decisive leadership, within a matter of no more than 6 months, this matter will be sorted out for most Kenyans.
My friend, uwezi linganisha Kenya na Singapore na watu wanalala njaa. Kabisa. Uwezi linganisha Kenya na Canada na hapa kuna kazi iko na umekanyagia. Nataka kuambiwa Kenya, haidha tutachagua nani, but we need somebody like Jimmy Wanjigi. Engineer. Mtu ambayo amejua tatizo la Mkenya, yes, na tatizo la Kenya. Yes. Sina shida ya njaa ya pesa. Tunataka mtu kama Jimmy Wanjigi. Kwa hii kama mtawatu watengeneza. Kwa sababu tunataka mtu ambaye anakaa na serikali chini, kabisa, wanapanga mikakati, yes, anaambia serikali ya kwamba hapa tukifinya hapa tukiweka hapa mambo itakuwa shwari. Kabisa. But wewe unawekwa chini unakataliwa. We need somebody like Jimmy Wanjigi akaa na serikali ambayo inakuja chini.
You guys, let's talk about Ghanaian politics, because I've had a keen eye on their politics for a while, and especially because, one, the new president has just been sworn in, His Excellency Mahama. But I came to realize and have a keen eye for Ghanaian politics because of their member of parliament for constituency called Ningo Pram Pram. He's called Honorable George Sam, or Sam George. He has a Ghanaian name. I'm not going to pronounce it because my Kikuyu accent will not allow. But he came to Kenya and did an interview at Spice FM, and he was talking to us about fighting government addiction to foreign aid because of what it had done to their country. It was so bad that their previous president, aka their Kasongo, had taken so much foreign debt that inside the people's savings in bank institutions and financial institutions zilikuwa zinakatwa savings zao ati, so that in an attempt to settle or pay off their debt. And so I'm so happy that they have managed to get that guy out of power, because if Ghana can do it, so can we.
Kenya tujitegemee. To sort out zile shida tuko nazo na tuache kukopa ovyo, na mikopo haitumiki kwa Wakenya, ingine inaporwa hata bila kuingia. Hizo madeni tunaambiwa tuko nazo lazima zikaguliwe. Tujue ile haikuja Kenya ilienda wapi. Hatuwezi kukopa kufanya watu matajiri, mwananchi akiwachwa na mzigo wa hizo deni. Tuko na mambo mengi sana imeenda vibaya katika nchi yetu.
Watalipa ushuru. Tumesema katika hii budget tunaweka 30% excise duty.
Mwezi Mei na Juni tumepokea wawekezaji kiasi ambacho hatujawahi kupokea, wengi mno, na thamani ya miradi iliyokuja ni hii. Lakini ukitizama sababu ni nini? Sababu ni kwamba kwa jirani kuna wakamoto, na mwekezaji hakai kuna kwa wakamoto, wanakimbia wanakuja zao kwenye amani na utulivu. Ni waombe.
Listening to the political class yesterday in their speeches, and first and foremost, we have shaken them. But not yet. They're not yet there, because you could still hear their undertones. You know, we need to heal the nation. We need to get to their level. What level? You are the ones that have stolen from us. You are the ones that have spread this hopelessness amongst the young people of this nation. You are the ones that have forgotten your mandate as leaders. We can never be on the same levels until we drive the same cars, until we are able to access health services the way you guys can access health services, until we are at a place where we are touching money the way you guys touch money, our money. So we pay taxes, we give you the mandate by voting for you to be on these seats, and you still, every day you wake up, you hit at us, you abuse us, and then all of a sudden you want to pray for us and heal us and get to our level.
What about Public Service Commission? Wait. The president said that the economy of this country is thriving. And that even the weather is agreeing that the economy is thriving. I don't know how the weather is agreeing with the economy thriving, but yeah, he said that. Now, you're coming to tell us that you won't add people's pay raises because the economy is doing badly. Who's lying? Who's out of touch with reality?
Hawa watu wanajiongeza 4.4 billion Kenya shillings. Ati waongezewe mshahara ya 366,000 Kenya shillings per month. Saa hizo Wakenya wengine wanateseka, wengine hawana chakula, hospitali zetu hata hazina madawa, haziko equipped, vaccines zinaenda zinakosa, pesa ya kuongeza madaktari hakuna, help inaenda inachelewa, lakini hawa watu wanapata pesa ya kujiongezea. Shame on them. Shame on them.
Reject your bill, reject your bill, reject your bill. Ay, mna tax pad na simliomba kunyeshe. Situation bad si lazima turembeshe. Mabadis wakikam tear gas you arrest them. Hasla boda boda mama mboga nili happen. One tribe joma youth waliungana. Side note legalize marijuana. Long arm of the law mshailipua. Tao kila msee anaziba tu mapua. Na nisi ndo tunavote na nisi tunachagua. Finance bill karatasi na rarua. Atitia gas tushazoea mavepe. Put him in a blunt na mseti kwa mapepe. Sindo Genz na msitu underrate. Yo gari ya Maria muto na ikatisha mabrake. Build this track tunaitana up kwa disco. Mna banjaba but story bado ziko. Kusaidiwa na Java kufukuzwa na Wakristo. TikTok badi yako na sauti kushinda bishop. Reject your bill, reject your bill, reject your bill. Reject your bill, reject your bill, reject your bill. Reject your bill, reject your.
We are talking to the people and we are doing enough that the people will see in the fullness of time. We don't have to react to what other people are doing. Let them also do their game. We are also doing our own game. Safina Party is purely about economic liberation of the nation. Let every campaign define what they represent. Because as we believe, the space that we occupy, it's about the economic emancipation of our people. It's not about positions for individuals. You saw ODM as some of them shouting loud that now they want to be given positions in William administration. That is their right. They can go and get those positions. Because then they believe that leadership is about positions for individuals. We are not in that space. And we cannot caucus with anybody who is discussing leadership of this nation on the basis of positions to individuals. As we believe that those who aspire for leadership should be discussing how to liberate this country economically.
Okay.
How do you change the lives of our people? Because of what need is it if I'm going to discuss with someone about forming a coalition? And yet, they were part of the odious debt that is strangling this nation. Will they agree to us declaring this debt odious and saying we are not going to pay any debt that was taken illegally, that didn't fund any single project in Kenya? Will they agree to such a conversation? They will not. So let them do their thing. We will market ourselves to the people of Kenya. Our house is self-contained. We have our president candidate, Jimmy Wanjigi, and I'm here, running mate, Willis Otieno. So what are we negotiating with them?
So for you don't even have to think about who is the flag bearer, who is the...
Our house is self-contained. It's settled, it's self-contained. We have a running president and his running mate. We have an agenda. Our agenda is about economic liberation of the people of Kenya. And we invite Kenyans to get into this economic discussion space. Because of what value is it that if Mbadi is on the table, all laws are full? If Oparanya is on the table, all lawyers are full. That's the politics that they know. That William Ruto eats for all Kalenjins. That is what the traditional politicians know. As we are not in that space, as we believe everybody should be rich, the government should come up with policies that enables the individual, wherever he is, to be able to get economic emancipation. But when Mbadi is sitting there, and they are taking illegal loans in the name of the people of Kenya, how does that enrich the poor Luo man in Sindobich, in Omabe? What it means is that now Mbadi must also come up, after taking that loan, he will come up with a new finance bill that increases the taxes, charges, and levies For that poor man in Sindo, that man who is crying about economic pain, they are going to ask him to pay more in taxes.
But Mbadi said that is not the case this time.
Write it down. The finance bill is coming soon. They are going to increase taxes, charges, and levies. It is coming. Write it down. That I swear. They are going to increase your taxes, charges, and levies, whether you like it or not. But he can say all he wants to say. But your taxes are going up. But your earning has not increased.
Is it a must that the government has to come up with another finance bill?
But they have to finance their budget. How will they finance it? Already they have told you that their budget for this coming financial year is going to be 4.7 trillion. Yeah. So how will they finance it? Their collections today, on average, on revenue, you are averaging 160 billion per month. Your collections are barely hitting 2.1 trillion. Your debt finance for this year was going to be 1.9 trillion. Next year, your debt payment is at 2.1 trillion. You have a budget of 4.7 trillion. So tell me, how will you finance it without raising taxes? Because it's financed from people's money. So they have to come back to you and ask you to collect, to pay. Yeah. I've told you, do the math. Your average collection in taxes is 160 billion per month. 160 billion per month is what you are collecting. But he has told you his budget is 4-point-something trillion. The 160 billion per month times 12 is how much? It comes around 2.2 trillion.
Itself, yeah.
2.2 trillion. Your budget is 4-point-something trillion. How will you finance it? Your collection is not enough to finance it. So you're going to take a loan, right? To cover the deficit. You already, in fact, your collection is 2.2 trillion. The debts that are due to be paid next year are 2.1 trillion. Next year they are paying debt of 2.1 trillion. Your collection this year were 2.2 trillion. In other words, if you maintain your collections as they were without increasing taxes, you don't have any money next year. So tell me how you're not going to raise taxes.
So
it's right there.
So we should actually brace ourselves.
It is coming.
Some 3-4 months ago, there was this guy called Jimmy Wanjigi. A guy with very brilliant idea on how we can develop this country. By the way, if you want to know how Kenya can go ahead, go and watch his interviews in Spice and everywhere. He has very brilliant ideas. Yeah, he was even Kibaki advisor. Then you bring Jimmy Wanjigi on the table. You tell them you don't want tribal chiefs. Yeah, here is a person called Jimmy Wanjigi.
And we laid the path to their victory, because had they not succeeded, they would have been incarcerated in the ICC. Both of them. Kenyans saved them. What I saw, then we have a problem here, because I didn't see a cartel. I saw two people decide that Kenya can go to hell. They are more important than Kenya. That's what I saw. And within no time, we were fighting, because I said we had an understanding that you will repent.
So there was no financial gain for you?
No.
You're putting two people together and all you want is peace in the country?
Never. If anybody can say that I got a financial gain out of Ruto government, no. In fact, if there's anything, they took away anything they found that I may have gotten from previous regimes. SGR, I began it in 2008, was a private project. Nothing to do with taxpayers' money. From Mombasa to Malaba. The cost was about 60 billion, 55 to 60 billion shillings. That became a project of almost 400 billion between Mombasa and Nairobi, halfway, not even the full distance. And this will never pay itself off. This is a man who's been unable to pass in the 2 years he's an opportunity for budget. A finance bill, revenue raising measures. He's already a failure. Normally, if you can't pass one, you're booted out of office. This is now 2, right? But Isitoshe, it's like he doesn't get it. Or if he doesn't get it, he's deliberately, the law, the constitution means nothing to him.
these protests have been funded by you, Ford Foundation. Do you think our leaders blind to the fact that people can protest with no one funding them?
If I could pay them 10,000 shillings each to go out and do it, I'll do it.
Yes.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing.
It is in our constitution.
Yes.
So what is it? If they think I'm funding, what is the crime? Arrest me for what? Who? William Ruto arrest me for doing what? Funding Gen Z. Oh my God. Aje kama jana.
On the who are we, Jimmy, who are you? Because there are people who can't quite trace who you are. So if our audience were to understand who are you, so that we see, can we trust this person that you say you are? Who are you?
I'll tell you, Lynn. My name is Jimmy Wanjigi, and I want to be your president. I don't think I need to say anything else.
Yes.
That's it.
Why do you want to be our president?
Because I can change this country for the better. In totality. I'm what you call a change agent. Those people that just dramatically change the way something is done. And we have the ethos for it. We know what to do. We know how to do it. And we have clarity about the future greatness of this nation.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's why. As simple as such.
And this is one thing this whole country is united about. Yeah? The pain of our economy. Whether one describes it as taxation or mafuta, okay? Or high cost of living, right? Or debt, or inflation, or whatever it is the pain or unemployment, because that is now a very big factor. Closing factories is another big factor.
Yeah.
It is the pain we are united about this economy and the lack of clarity of solving the problem. I saw the president yesterday in Mombasa say that sometimes you don't meet your promises as quickly as you would like. That you make promises and when you get there, you can't quite meet the targets in the time that is expected. Now, that can only be somebody who has not done his homework, his or her homework. Because, like a CEO in any company, this is CEO of Kenya. And CEO of Kenya cannot pretend that they've not done their homework about the state of the nation before you open your mouth and make promises. That then becomes what you call politics bonoko. Politics bonoko. And that is what we have clearly seen. Siti, you're making a face.
Yes, I'm wondering, bonoko, what language is this?
Bonoko is Sheng.
Okay.
You don't know it?
Bro, I have absolutely no idea who bonoko is.
Bonoko is fake. The connotation is fake. This is fake politics. You seduce the public, dangling carrots that you know you will never deliver. And that is the situation we are in.
Watu wetu wa mlima mjua wakati mlima na western inashikana. Utawala ambao unapatikana unakwenda mzuri. Ama namna gani? Wakati uchumi ilienda kabisa kapanda juu wakati wa Kibaki, mdogo wa Kibaki alikuwa nani? Ulikuwa na matatizo mingi kweli? Ulikuwa na matatizo kweli?
Ruto is going to jail.
Certain.
He will not escape it. He will not escape it. It may not happen today. But within 10 years, Ruto will be in jail. Yeah.
Based on everything that we've seen.
What is happening now and plus what he has done in the past. You know, there are footprints where we are. There are footprints where we are. It's not just by accident that we have got a government made of thieves for thieves by thieves. But the people are now beginning to ask, from 1963, what went wrong? Why did the rain begin beating us? That's the question Genz is asking. Why can't we have good governance? How come some people can live so large while others have nothing? And the same people who are living large are not inventors, are not known for any enterprise, they don't own any company or anything. They're just politicians or civil servants. They are surviving on our taxes. How come? That some of them are even now richer than the country in terms of balance sheet.
2027 ni kama ni wanaiba waibe sahi, because 2027 I think is gonna be different. Najua tunasemaga wa Kenya we need a lot of civic education, watu watarudisha tu wale, people are gullible, is true, but I think we are better than we were like 5 years ago.
I think we are way better.
We are better. Sasa ni shida tu kidogo inaingia na staki watu tusahau. Tukisema aki woye wanamsukuma.
Yes, woye wanamtoa. Yes.
All I want is for my kids to have a better future. That's all. Mi staki uongozi. I'd hate to be a politician.
Me too, man.
But I just want to see justice. I just want to see people get. Unaendaga nchi zingine manze unashindwa guy. Yani mnakaa gafiti.
Tell them man.
Manze unaenda unashindwa nimeenda hosi, you are like guys sasa huku nimeenda hosi na ni exchange rate ni mbaya.
Yes.
Unaamba iko sawa. Ai umeletwa public, ukiwa hapo ndio una realize ni public hospital na inakaa yenyu ya hapa private.
Yeah, first world.
So I think na si vitu hatuwezi. If you are affording to fuel all those guzzlers, if you are affording kuweka ofisi haziko, mtu ako na advisors kama 10 na hahitaji achukue advice. If you are affording very unnecessary positions, then hakuna kitu hatuwezi fanya.
And the reason they don't publish revenue estimates from taxation is very simple. The law only allows the national government to borrow to do development. So if they were to show that their taxes will generate so much, then they would end up with a deficit for some of their recurrent expenditure, which would require borrowing. So they hide that so that after the budget is passed, they can borrow from the domestic market to finance recurrent expenditure through these things called treasury bills. Those are the things that are undermining the paradise we call Kenya. We're undermining the law. So we must come down and ask ourselves, these debts that are killing us, that are killing this nation, whereby now they are saying university students, you have no school fees for you. And I've told you the budget, the current budget of Dr. William Ruto, the president, 70% of it is to go and pay debt. So we cannot sit pretty on the question of debt. If it's taking 70% of our budget, it's a state of war, and we must go to war. We must ask ourselves, what did this money do? We must be given a register of what the money did, how it was borrowed. The other tragedy is that of the money that has been declared as a debt.
If you were president today, what would be the 1, 2, 3 things that you would do to solve the crisis in the country?
I'll tell you. The first thing is that I would cut off the chain of debt. Because I want you to understand that in as much as all this is going on, I told you we only had a deficit of 1.3. Kenyans, up until today, have paid 9.8 trillion towards that debt and still owe 11 trillion. It is something I would cut off like yesterday. And that frees up government money to be able to provide services to Kenyans and stimulate the economy by taking money back to the people. And that is what you call now economic liberation. The one thing that has not been understood by many people up until today is what period we're in. We went through the political rights period, which is about cutting up this cake for seats, as they are trying to do now. Nobody cares about it because we passed it. The 2010 Constitution gave us our rights. Now we are into the economic rights period, where we define economic models about the bakers of the cake. I, for example, am a capitalist who believes in an essence of social democracy, social justice. Okay? And I must create my model. This is the defining moment of ideological economy, ideological politics. I myself will be very interested to see the private sector be the driver. So I'll never take their money. I don't need it.
We cannot, in the 20th century, use the tribe to determine how we want to grow our economy. And it can be done. And we must stop these individuals. How do we stop them? is by educating a new crop of voters who will vote on the basis of manifestos. I want to hear somebody telling me if it is the health sector, if it is university education, if it is agriculture, how are you going to deal with it? And I have given this example ad nauseum. When you go into a plane, you are flying from Nairobi to Mombasa. Do you ever ask, what is the tribe of the pilot? You don't care. You simply want a competent pilot.
Pilot, yes.
But when we want our nation to be piloted, we then ask which tribe. So we must make a deliberate, see our neighborhood in Tanzania. How is it that a country with over 136 ethnicities, they have succeeded in ensuring that the tribe does not matter in national political discourse? It can be done.
Why will the people need to be pacified? What made them to be angry in the first place? It's the economy. And if that issue has not been addressed, how will you expect a political settlement to pacify them? And the chants are not just at Nyayo Stadium. Even in Naivasha, at the WRC rally, people expressing their feelings openly. And they're saying Kasongo must go. That remains the clarion call of the people of Kenya. And it's purely because they are not addressing the economic pain that Kenyans are going through. Kenyans are now a depressed lot. People have lost hope. And they are not seeing any political formation as addressing their challenge. And that problem is going to persist until that day when the people will feel they have gotten some relief in their pockets, that their economy is making sense to them. Those chants will not subside. The tempo will just keep increasing until that time that we resolve that which has made the people to be angry. And it is the economy, stupid, as Safina Party will put it.
Second term labda urudie Sugoi secondary. Second term labda high school. Vile umetuonesha mzae jo. Umetupanga jo. Yana tunapara, ona vile nimeparara na nijipaka lotion asubuhi. Siku hizi hata wanaweka detergent kwa lotion. Yani economy imeharibika.
I want to tell you guys, if there is a president I have ever seen being the true symbol of national unity, it is none other than William Samoei Ruto. Why am I saying this? Even the Kenyans are crying. What does that mean? Ruto is fairly distributing the suffering across the country.
And don't buy into the political rhetoric of trying to divide you into tribes.
Yes.
Our problems are not tribal. There is no Kikuyu problem, there is no Kalenjin problem, there is no Luo problem, there is no Somali problem. There is no Kamba problem.
Yes.
Chief share knows no tribe. The university funding model knows no tribe.
Yeah.
Joblessness knows no tribe. All these problems that we point out, they do not know any tribe.
A few moments later.
Happy time, happy time.
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love to sue.
What song?
Yeah, that song.
That song?
Maybe I think about it.
Oh
no. Know what? I slow it down. Say, ladies, do me this solid.
Ooh.
Eagle One.
Hey.
They not. You think that they gon' let you disrespect black nigga? I think that open show will be your last stop, nigga. They confound. I don't know why you still pretending. What is the owl? Bird niggas and bird bitches go. The audience not dumb. Check the stories how you want. And Drake, they're not. Rabbit hole is still deep. I can go further. I promise. Take this
To my fellow young Kenyans, if you are not a registered voter, please make the time to go and register as a voter. Because Kenya's future depends on you and me. So how do you register? There are IEBC offices in every constituency, and that is where you register. So please find the location of the IEBC office in your constituency and register. All you need to carry is your identification card or your passport. There are those who are saying that Huduma centers are registering voters. Huduma centers do not have an IEBC desk as of now, maybe later. So please go register and let's prepare to save Kenya together. And for those who have registered, please go to the IEBC portal and verify your details. Please.
Here I come. Here I come.
Now, so some of you are very wicked. And I don't have up to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Some of you are my village people. You are my village people. I will not hide mouth. All of you are my village people. You are the one that is following me. Go and subscribe to my YouTube to prove to me that you are not my village people. Thank you.
Hello.
Kusambaza hiyo message. Thank you. Fagia.
What?
I'll take it to all the corners. You take it to the entire nation. Yes. Eh? Yes. It is a very solid car. Thank you, sir.
Ndugu yangu,
God bless you.
fagia wote.
Kazi yangu.
Asante.
Ndugu yangu.
Good luck, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Good luck.
All
the best.
Thank you, sir. It's time for a fresh start. Tunafagia wote. Your Excellency.
Aya, alafu matopare. Okay, matopare. Matopare. Topa. Matopare. Matopare. Topa.
Tazidi kuongea. Kwa niaba ya Kenya.
She asked me, baby, where you from? I told her, Kenya.
I beg of us, I really want to beg of us today, as the chair of UDA, let's stay focused to what it is we promise those hustlers. Because if we don't deliver, those hustlers will send us out of power, and they'll send us with vengeance. So let us talk about roads, electricity, education, health, types. Let's tone down on the politics. It is not healthy. It is not healthy. It is the wrong time.
Wananchi naweza sikia kuchukua William Ruto. Wanaweza mchukua kwa sababu sisi wananchi, we don't need him. Ametuchosha. Ama nyinyi mjachoka? Mjachoka na Ruto? Ule mtu anataka kuchukua William Ruto, you can take him for free, take Wetangula for free, take Mudavadi for free. Tunawapea hizo takataka zote waende waongoze if they are good to you.
Majenzi mko? Kazi mnafanya kwa mtandao ni mzuri sana. Na tunapongeza nyinyi. Na muendelee. Mtaendelea. Lakini mtandao peke yake haitoshi. Tunataka mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Wale watu ambaye watakomboa Kenya hii, wenye kuamua Kenya itaongozwa namna gani, ni hao majenzi wetu mwaka wa 2027. Lakini hamwezi amua Kenya itakaa namna gani kwa simu peke yake. Lazima mchukue vitambulisho, lazima mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Siku hiyo ikifika, muamuke saa 9, muungane na sisi na wengine, tuende pale kwa debe, tutafute uongozi wa maana ambaye utaheshimu wa Kenya, utaheshimu demokrasia na utakubali kufanyia kila mtu maendeleo. Tumekubaliana majenzi?
Hata nasahau tarehe ni gani. Mimi siko na tarehe kwa kalenda. Na mimi hata sina haja nayo. Mimi chenye niko nayo ni serikali ya 2027. Huyu mkata ushuru tumtoe. Na tuungane si wote.
Meta vile naona nisha reject hiyo finance bill 2025. Ningoje tu date ya maandamano. Juu mambo yendi bana. Mimi hata wafanye nini? Mimi nisha reject. Mfanye nini? Nisha reject. Mfanye nisha reject. Nime reject. Mtoe date ya maandamano sasa bana.
Kwanza mimi ikifika 2027 naiba mpaka kura ya madhangu na budangu. Sitaki warudi tu huko tena. Si youth chacha anuka. Madha zetu bado. Ruto unaenda home na 13 parliament tunaivunja. Wende home wote tuanze fresh.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm here to address you. You must go. Ruto must go. Kwapa na hatuendi. Kwapa tunalala huku na hatuendi. We don't fear you guys. You hypocrites. We don't fear you. Mr. Speaker, we don't fear you. Tuko ndani. We stomped inside. Sisi ni nani? I'm inside. Niko ndani. Na tunamalizana na nyinyi. Tunamalizana na nyinyi. Mmetutesa sana. Today is today. You must hear our cry. Sisi ni sisi. Utatusikiza. Hii ni bunge yetu. Sisi tumewafanya mkuu hapa. This is our parliament. You must hear us. Kama hamna masikio, tutawafanya msikie. Poa manze. Sha nini?
President nataka kuambia uko na miaka 2 katika ofisi. Na hawa wananchi hawa they will punish you na hata ukiwa na pesa kwa kutoa nje.
Wacheni tu mimi niseme na mapema. Ndio kama kuna list na andiko mniweke kwa list. I can't wait to reject finance bill 2025. I can't wait because I know it will be something absurd. It will be something mental. I can't wait. Mneke kwa list jameni. List reject.
Idiots who don't want to participate in the affairs of their nation, they think things will just work in and of themselves. Then they are tribalists. And these tribalists, they think that they are only safe with people who are from their tribe. And tribe can mean people from the same culture, same language, or same culture. Then they are citizens. These are individuals who are responsible and know that when you want to be served, you must give those who have the desire and the intellectual capacity to serve you. In many societies, it is only a small percentage of people that can be called citizens, not more than 5%. And if a society wants to grow in the right direction, civic education is what will help the idiot and the tribalist to become a citizen.
No way, you can stop it, man. That's it. That's Sri Lanka.
Itoe Ruto Kenya, hata kama angalau najali. Sisi Kenya tumechoka na Ruto, maisha imetuharibikia, analipisha mpaka sodo ya wamama. Pure kabisa Ruto. We don't like you, go home. Sasa tafuta kiongozi ambaye anapenda mwananchi na anapenda kijana kama sisi.
They want to be described as honorable even when they are horrible. They acquire things which they have not worked for. They promise us things that they know they will never deliver. And there is no shortage of such men and women in the African continent. Now, why do you want Ruto gone?
We want Ruto gone because he is killing innocent people. He's wanting to pass the Finance Bill 2024. He's putting tax on sanitary products that girls can't even buy. He's can't go to school. He's corrupt. He's taking the money. He needs to go.
Yes.
Out. Now. If you're going to raise anything, start with your hairline.
Nice.
Control, Alt, Delete, Ruto. The drunk did better than you. Drunkard did better than you.
Nice. Now the next election, yes. Unajua hawa ndio watakuwa nasema fagia wote ama mtasema namna gani? This generation, yes, they use their might because they didn't vote, the largest vote in the last election.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mengi. All I want to say is Ruto must go like yesterday. Bye.